All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. We're talking about a balloon arch. Sound like a capital letter A. Really, it looks like a parabola. That's what that's telling us. And this is a downward facing parabola, so we have this sort of situation. And then, what are we going to do? We're going to have a cross bar of the A. Gotcha. Can be modeled like this. So first of all, we need to figure out what this is in graphing form. I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing this. So let's look at graphing form first. I need to move the negative 28 over. I need to factor out a negative 2. And when I do so, I need to make sure that that becomes a negative. And so now I am figuring out what I'm going to add to both sides. So I'm going to divide by 2 and square, which would be plus 49. Now, that's not really a 49. It's really worth negative 2 times a 49. So 49 times 2 is 98. So this, I really put a negative 98 over here. So I need to put a negative 98 there. So I'm going to get y minus 70. Factor this, square root, sign of the middle, and then move that back over. Okay, so that is one way of looking at it. Let's go ahead and look at it another way. To solve for the vertex, my x value and my y value, my x value, I can put in negative b over 2a. So let's look at that. Negative b would be negative 28 over 2a is negative 2. So that gives you negative 28 over negative 4, which is 7. Now, if you know an x value and you're looking for the y value, you just have to plug it into the equation. So I'm going to put in negative 2 times, what do we say, 7 squared plus 28 times 7 minus 28, and I get negative, if I do that, negative 2 times 7. Oh, that's not an 8. It should have been negative 28. Let's 28. There we go, 70. So that is another way of getting it. So negative b over 2a will gives you your x. You can plug that in to find your y. And so this is the number opposite, and this is out here. So either way, we can get that. Let's go ahead and also look at graphing calculator in terms of that method. So we're going to go ahead and figure all that out and put in that equation. So negative 2x squared plus 28x minus 28. So that would be all the stuff. Double checking. Looks good. Graph it. So we've got our nice little graph here. Let's look at the table. The table, remember it was off to the right-hand side, so that's the part that I want to look at. And so right here you see our parabola. This is the top of it, and then this is kind of what's going down on either side. So right now, what I know is over here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and up here at 70, 7, 70, I have my graph. Now let's go ahead and look at here. We see right here, see here it says 20. We're looking at where y is equal to 20. So at 2, 20, that happens. And then let's look over here. And at 12, 20, that also happens there. My little A, this is my little crossbar. Now, let's look at what we could have done if we didn't have a graphing calculator. You want to figure out where are the x's, because I want to know how long this is. So I want to know the x's, I know my y's, so if I know my y and I want to find my x's, I plug it in. So I plug in 20 for my y. So at this point I have a lot of options. If quadratic formula is what you feel most comfortable with, you just need to get it equal to 0. This is what, minus 48. So we have plus 28, because that's our negative b, plus or minus the square root of b squared. I have no idea what that is. Let me get out of here. 28 squared. 784 minus 4AC all over 2A. So let's see. We want the square root of 784 minus 4 times negative 2 times negative 48. All of that mess, which gives us 20. So we have 28 plus or minus 20 over negative 4. So, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Well, let's just do it. So 28 minus 20 is 8 over negative 4. And 28 plus 20 is 48 over negative 4. So this is negative 2 and negative 12. Why am I getting negatives? Oh my gosh. I just randomly changed that into a negative. That's terrible. Okay. So this would be negative, that would be negative, that would be negative, that would be negative, that would be positive, that would be positive. Okay, so now this makes more sense. So when I plug in 20 for my y, I get 2 as an x, and I also get 12 as an x. So those are my 2 points. So write it in graphing form. That's what we did way back somewhere. Oh, here. We had y is equal to negative 2, x minus 7 plus 70. The vertical distance from here, which is 20, to here, which is 70, is 50. So that's what I'm asking for there. And then from end to end, from here to here, from 2 to 12, it is a total of 10 going across. Hopefully that helps. Again, that was the vertical distance of 20 to 70, so that was 50, and then the horizontal distance of 2 to 12 gave me 10.